Let's talk about some realistic Sephora recommendations for April now. I have a couple products here that I'm going to use on my face and do a full face with some of these products that I love, and I want to show you why I love them and why I recommend them. And then I have some extras that I would also recommend. Again, you don't need to go buy any of this. I know it's expensive. I will place Sephora haul because I'm interested in these products and I haven't bought a lot lately, so I can't wait to bring you that Sephora haul. But let me show you what I recommend right now in case you're interested in any of these products. And let's start with brows. My brows are not done, so I'm gonna start with my Kosas Air Brow. And I have been talking about this and loving this product so much because it's pretty affordable. It laminates the brows to the point where it makes them look natural and not too crazy. Now, if you love more of a full lamination effect, that kind of wet look on the brows, this gives you more of a natural look, not fully that look. However, it does keep your brows in place. It doesn't flake. Feels very lightweight. I don't feel like I'm applying any type of product, but you can see how nice the brows turn out. Very natural, and that's all I do to my brows. So yeah, this have been my number one, and I also love the packaging. It's so cute. Now let's talk about primer. By the way, all of the Sephora sale, April sale, I'm gonna have it linked in the description box, so I don't bore you with these details because I know I get bored when I hear people talk about it. I just want to see the products. Okay, so this is more of an expensive product. This is not something that you need in your makeup routine. I like it because it has some good vitamins. I bought it because I received a gift card for my birthday, and that's why I have this in my collection, and I wanted to try it. And this is the Westman Atelier Dew Drops in Peau de Peche is the shade because they have different shades. It's not a necessity. You don't need to have this. It's very liquidy, creamy, hydrating, but you can do without this. You don't need this to complete your makeup look, what I'm trying to say. But if you do, you won't be disappointed. It's hydrating, but it's not something that you need to go buy or not something that will change how your makeup looks. It's good if you have dry skin and definitely hydrates the skin. Can I make it too dark now? No, I think it's good. I don't know the lighting. So are you guys shopping a Sephora sale? I know makeup's too expensive these days, but I do have a couple things. And when I shop the Sephora sale, I usually like to shop and buy things that are newer and that completes like a full face of makeup so that I can have products to complete a full face of makeup. For foundation, I'm going to use one, but I do have three that I recommend. Keep in mind that I do have other favorites that I'm not going to talk about in this video, but I don't want to be repetitive. So these are the products that I lately have been really enjoying. This, they don't sell at Sephora anymore, at least not Sephora Canada. The Rose Ink Skin Enhance Luminous Skin Tint. I love this so much that I want to go to the Rose Ink website and purchase another one. I love this. Let's talk about the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. And this is the SPF, what does it have? 40 lotion in the shade Rendezvous. Beautiful, beautiful product, liquidy. It comes with a pipette, and the shade that I have is more of a light and pink undertone. So if you have kind of my skin tone, this is perfect. I love how hydrating this is. Beautiful skin tint. You can't go wrong with this. It doesn't give you too much coverage, and throughout the day you look more natural looking, so don't expect this to give you coverage by the end of the day to still have that full coverage. No, it's just more of a hydrating with hyaluronic acid, niacinamide type of skin tint. and has SPF. So this is perfect for summer. Another one that I don't hear a lot of people talk about is this Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint. This makes my skin look so perfected. Mine is in the shade Light 4. I am obsessed with this, and I don't know why people don't talk about this. You can see this, I didn't pick up the one that this has more of a neutral undertone, not pink undertone, but still works very good on my face. Very hydrating, natural looking, enough coverage, lasts beautiful on the face all day long. Definitely recommend it. And the one I'm going to use today, this is newer to me. I don't think it's a new foundation. I do have some new foundations coming up that I purchased or will purchase for the sale. But I'm talking about this one, the Bobbi Brown Weightless Skin Foundation SPF 15. This, I was amazed that I love it so much. This is in the shade Porcelain. You're supposed to shake it very good. It does have some SPF. Make sure you have your regular SPF, which I do. And this really surprised me. So today, I'm just going to apply it one pump. And let's see if this is enough. You can build it up. Still very lightweight and beautiful. And I just love how it looks on the skin. Very natural with enough coverage. So I'm going to go with my Biki Beauty 109. And then afterwards, I will use a dampened sponge. Like, look how it just perfects the skin. You don't even have to do anything else. Like, do you see that? It looks so beautiful. Very, how can I say this? I think that this foundation is perfect for any type of skin type, whether you're oily, regular, normal, dry. I have dry skin, mature skin, and oh, this one looks so good. It's not too dewy, it's not too hydrating where it slides off of your skin. Just perfect. So I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm not going to build it up because I do have a concealer that we're gonna add. Now I'm gonna go with a dampened sponge to make sure that everything is pushed into the skin and there's no residue left. So are you guys shopping the Sephora sale? If so, let me know down below what you're interested in or what caught your eye. I do have a couple of things that I'm interested in. I will not talk about them in this video because I want you to be surprised when you see my Sephora haul. But yeah, this foundation is just, I really love it. It's really beautiful. I think they're all different in their own way, so I can't really choose a super favorite. Like I said, this I love a lot, Rosy. I don't know why. I have been just loving it so much. It looks so beautiful on the skin. Let's talk about a concealer. This is more of a high-end concealer, and I do have a lot of other favorites. You guys can check out my YouTube channel and go through there, but this newer concealer is by YSL, and this is the Touche Éclat Radiant Touch Concealer, and mine is in the shade, I will link it down below or I'll put it on the screen because I don't know if it's shade 0 here. My skin is a little bit more on the dry side today because the weather here changes so much. You can see a little bit of dryness here, which is nothing I can do because we just got another snowstorm. So we're going from hot weather to super cold and my skin doesn't like it. Okay, so we're gonna go with this for now. I'm gonna use this Biki Beauty NG Hot and Flashy Concealer Brush and start with this one, and then I'm gonna move to the sponge. Actually here, I'm gonna use a sponge, I think. It's more of a wider area. You guys know in my previous video, I have talked about the new Pat McGrath Petalmorphosis palette, I think it's called, and I didn't buy it. And I did contact customer service and ask them why, if you're in Canada, the palette now costs 212 Canadian instead of 174. And they did look into that, and they said due to the tariffs that are implemented with US and Canada, now the price has gone up. So unfortunately, I did not pick up that palette. I'm not sure if I will pick it up in the future, but like I said, I think it's too expensive and I'd rather use the money for the Sephora sale and buy sun products that I like, my complexion products. That's how I kind of want to spend that money instead of investing in that palette. If it would have been $174, I don't know if I would have still bought it, because I heard that those last 4 shades, now 5 that are in there, are not as special as before. So to pay so much money just for some regular shimmer shades, nice colorful shades, I don't think I want to spend my money that way. It's okay for the people who bought it. It's a beautiful palette and I love the color story. Everything is beautiful about it. But if you're in Canada, that's why it costs more. Let's talk about some bronzers now. I have 2 cream bronzers, 1 stick bronzer and 1 powder, because I want to give you more of a variety. I love bronzers. So let's start with the powder one. I'm just going to use cream today. But the powder one that I really have been loving is this YSL All Hours Hyper Bronze. This is in the shade 02. Like, look how pretty this is. I love this bronzer because it's a powder. However, it doesn't feel drying on the face. And it's very natural looking and subtle. So that's the one I really recommend and I have been loving. Now let's talk about the stick one. Of course, it's the Dior one, and this is the Dior Forever Skin Contour Sculpting Stick, and mine is in the shade, or Skin Contour in the shade 01 Light, right there. Again, a very nice, very pigmented, so be careful, but it blends beautifully and natural looking into the skin. I love this one. Perfect for travel as well. So beautiful stick bronzer. So now let's talk about the 2 cream bronzers. One I'm going to use in today's video, and another one I really recommend is this one by Westman Atelier. I have a full review on this bronzer and it is such a beautiful bronzer. You have to shake it. Packaging is not super fun to work with. It's more of a messy one, but the product that comes out, you can just use it kind of all over the face and it blends so naturally into the skin that you don't have to worry if you apply too much. So it's a perfect bronzer for beginners, for anyone. Very natural looking again. Now the one that I'm going to use in today's video has really amazed me, shocked me that I love it so much. And I'm talking about this one, the Makeup by Mario one. Now this is called the Softsculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum in the shade Light. You have to give it a good shake. As you saw, now it's all shaken. And it comes with a pump. I've never used the pump. Or it comes with this doe foot applicator. And let's just apply it now to the face. Again, you cannot mess this up. Let's start with this. I'm going to go with this BK Beauty 106 brush. And blend this, and look how beautiful it just blends. You can definitely build it up, but it's very nice and natural looking, and it's not patchy at all. I love this one so much. So easy to work with. I have to add more, but just gonna work in steps here so I can keep my hair up. The only thing I don't like is how these little hairs just keep attaching to my skin no matter what bronzer I use. This is so beautiful. I'm loving it so much. Let's add a little bit more. I love playing with bronzers. See, I don't like how this hairs get so staticky on my face. So natural looking. Look at this. You can't make a mistake with this bronzer. I even love this more than the Skin Enhancer. So the Skin Enhancer is another great one. Very natural looking. I love this one more. I think it just blends even more perfect than that one. And that one's so easy to use. So here it is. A very pretty, very soft on the skin. Perfect bronzer. Okay, let's move on to blushes. Highlighter. I'm not going to talk about highlighter because I don't have one in particular that I super recommend. Dior has really great highlighter, but nothing right now. Not the Dior, not this one. Hold on. This I wouldn't recommend by Dior. This is the only products too glittery. I would use this on the eyes or maybe mixed with other blushes. But I'm talking about the powder Dior highlighter. That's the one I recommend. Okay, let's move on to blushes. Okay, I know what I want to use today. Okay, so I have a powder blush. I'm going to start with that. And this is newer, and that's why I recommend it, because I have been loving it lately so much. You guys know I love my Dior blushes and Givenchy, so I'm not going to talk about those, but this is by Gucci. The shade in particular that I really have been loving is this one. It's called True Pink. It is such a beautiful, very soft blush. You can barely see it swatching here, but it's kind of like those Dior ones that it barely shows when you swatch it, but when you apply it to the cheek, it gives it like a nice hint of shine and color. So I definitely recommend this one, whatever shade you want to pick up. The other two blushes, I'm going to talk about this one. Now, the packaging is a little bit more on the messier side, but this blush, pigmented, hydrating, very long lasting, non-patchy, and I'm talking about the Hourglass. This is the Unreal Liquid Blush, and the shade that I'm talking about is Imagine. The thing is that it comes with one of those squeezy tubes, and you don't squeeze this, you push here on the bottom. Super pigmented, so I'm just going to put one drop like that, and I'll show you. Wow. Like, look how perfect this blush looks. It's a cream, but it seems like it dries down to powder, still feeling like a cream on your cheek. So I definitely recommend this one. I love this shade in particular. I find that the other ones are very similar, so if you need to buy one, just buy one. Don't buy multiple shades, and this will last you a while. And the one I'm going to use today is very surprising, from the same family, this one. So I love this one in the shade Rosy, but I don't like this one in the shade Pearly. But I wonder if I should use it. Let's use it. I'm going to use Pearly kind of as a highlighter only. Maybe that's too much. Hopefully not too much. And I'm going to use my sponge. It does have, like, it looks beautiful. You see? It looks beautiful, but it has shimmers in it. Since we're putting the same blush on top of it, I think it's gonna look okay. But look, and kind of patches right there. See? This, I'm not a big fan. So I'm not using this because I'm super recommending it. But I'm just using it because I'm using it underneath this one. Maybe it's best to use the warmth of your finger. Anyways. Like, look at the glitters. You guys see? It's hard to see in the monitor. See? Too much glitter. Let's apply this one in the shade Rosy. This I really love. I'm just going to apply a small dot like that. And we can always build it up. This is really pretty. It has a nice sheen, not glitter. I'm going to use this Real Techniques 200 brush. And that little dot goes quite a long way, and you can always build it up. I guess in combo with those glitters underneath, it's not too bad. Don't just purchase that for using it alone as a highlighter. Let's build it up, and I think I'm gonna go now with this brush. So let's use my Rose Ink brush, because I think this is shaped, and see, it doesn't absorb as much product into the brush as the Real Techniques one, and look how much more intense it looks. It's okay, we're gonna bring it down with the sponge. Very intense. I love this brush. I love the brush and the blush. And this blush also lasts a very long time on your cheek, being a cream blush, but it just attaches to your skin very nicely. So I guess you can see those glitters sparkling through. It's okay if you use it with this type of, if you use this two together, I guess I will make a use of it because I don't want to waste the money I spent on it. But again, I do know people who like more glitters, and it's not a bad product otherwise. It's only because the glitter's not a big fan. But both together look fine. Let's move on to the eyes. For the eyes, let's talk about eyeshadow. Eyeshadow, again, it's everyone's preference. You might like cool tone, warm tone, colorful eyeshadow palettes. I'm okay with whatever. However, I thought of showing you more realistic ones, what people would go for on a regular basis. So I have a matte one, a full matte one, and then I have one that is matte with shimmers. So the full matte one, which I'm going to use today, is the Patrick Ta, and this is the Major Dimension number 3 palette. So look how beautiful this is. all matte. This is all you need. I love that you have some cool tones, warm tones in here, 2 cream shadows here if you want. And then the other palette that I have just been loving is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. Again, you have very similar color story. You can see where I'm going for. I love both of this. They're so pretty, and I love that this one provides you those shimmers. So I think we're going to do a matte look today and just use this one, but you can't go wrong with this Natasha Denona palette. And they only sell it Sephora US website. You can't find this on Canada website, but you can find this on Beautylish or the Natasha Denona website. We're not going to spend too much time on the eyes. I do have some liners that we're going to use as well. Yes, so I'm going to go with this shade right here. And let's zoom you in. Something super simple. This is not an eye look tutorial, but these palettes are amazing. I wanted to buy the Makeup by Mario cool tone palette. I do have the warm toned, and I don't know. Still thinking about that because I have this one, so I don't know if I want to spend my money on another palette when I have this one. So there's no fallout, which is good. These are so soft and easy to blend. Both palettes have great quality eyeshadows. They're not drying your eyelids, and yeah, they blend beautifully. I don't know what I want to do. Let's put some, I'm going to use a BK Beauty 207, go in the same shade, and I want to add some on the bottom, and then we're going to blend it. So I'm going to use the same blending brush. I love a very more natural look, and I don't know what I want to put on top. Should we go with the whole thing? Let's use this BK Beauty 203. Go in the shade beside it, which is more the darker shade. Where is it? Can't see. Here it is, right there. Right there, and just intensify this outer corner just a bit. Okay, it looks nice. That looks pretty. Now let's go into, let me get a different brush. This is a MAC 239S, and I'm gonna go into this light shade right here and just add it here in the, on top of, like on the eyelid in the inner corner, just to still cover the skin but still keep it brightening. And that's it for the eyes. Beautiful palette, love it. Let's talk about some liners. I have 2 brands. I love this. They're called the Nessa Myricks Skinny Pencils, and I have Charlotte and Bronzite. Purple one and a blue one. I do have a green one too, but these are so beautiful. And they're very skinny, but they're waterproof and they last you all day long. So I'm just gonna swatch them. So there's the brown. They do twist up and down. So here we have that brown one and then the purple one. And then you can see that they're not coming off at all. Like they're stuck there on your hand. But today, so I do recommend these skinny ones, and they do sell them at Sephora as well. Love them. I didn't see people talk about those as much. I have been loving this Hourglass Gel Waterproof Liner, and this is in the shade Cave. And this again is one of those that you twist, which is very interesting. And the shade is more of a espresso brown. Love that. Okay, so I'm gonna add this just in the outer V down here for extra definition. I don't want to make a wing or anything, just to define the outer corner here. Then I need a smudger, and I'm just gonna smudge this a bit. You have to work a bit fast because this is waterproof, so it will settle. I just want to define that outer corner just a bit, but not too sharp. So I want it to be a little bit more smudgy than a regular sharp wing. But yeah, this is a great pencil. Definitely recommend it. I like to invest in something that actually lasts longer on the eye and it doesn't smudge throughout the day or disappear. So something simple like that. So those are the liners Okay, let's talk about mascara. If you guys have been on my channel for a while, you probably know which mascara I'm going to talk about. I'll give you a couple seconds to think, and don't cheat. And I'm talking about the Tarte Tartelette Extra Large Tubing Mascara. I love this mascara for every reason possible that you can love a mascara. The wand is just perfect for me. I love this type of wand. It gives me a very nice lengthening effect to the lashes. I'll do one eye here so you guys can see the difference. I love a mascara that I don't need to apply. Like I said, I'm gonna repeat myself again. Multiple coats to accomplish the look I want. I want a mascara that doesn't smudge, flake throughout the day, or give me any type of lines on my eyelid. I want a mascara that doesn't feel heavy, that doesn't look fake on the eye. And again, when I do the bottom lashes, I'm not dipping. I'm just using whatever's left over from doing my top lashes. Now, isn't this pretty? What do you guys think? So, no mascara and mascara. What's not to like about this mascara? Like, you can see the difference. It's just so amazing. Gives you those dull eyes, you know. So I'm gonna finish the other eye, enjoy this intermission, and I'll be right back to show you my favorite lip liner and lip products I recommend. Okay, so this is what the eyes look like. Very simple, yet, I don't know, a pop of color with some long lashes, all matte, no sparkles. I think it looks really pretty. This is probably one of my favorite eye looks I like to create. I find them very elegant, not too much, not too little, and it's just beautiful. Look at the mascara. I forgot to mention a powder. So a powder, I can try use it today. Not a big fan of using too much powder, but I am talking about the Givenchy Prisme Libre powder. And the specific one is this one in the shade 1 that has all this purple, blue, green in there. So I like to dump some in the cap. And I have this Makeup Forever puff. I will get this much. And now I'm just going to go in the palm of my hand and get rid of most of it. And I like this powder. What it does, it just blurs the imperfections. It just makes your skin a lot more smoother. So if you do have dry skin, this powder is actually really good for you. It won't dry up your skin. But again, be very careful when you apply. Don't apply too much, just like with any other powder. Usually not a person that uses powder too much, but with this powder, I've noticed my skin looking even better. What do you guys think? So pretty, right? Yeah, it has a little bit of a perfumey smell, nothing bad. I do have the other color as well, so this formula is very good for dry skin as well. Okay, let's talk about lips. I'm very picky when it comes to lips and especially lip liners. I don't like to spend my money on lip liners, $30, $40, $50, even $25. If the lip liner is just a regular lip liner that actually you put it on, it looks beautiful, but you go throughout your day and it starts disappearing. So instead, I like to put my money towards a lip liner like this one, the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil Extreme. This is in the shade 606 Forever Walnut. This lip liner does not budge. It's pretty. First of all, the shades are beautiful and the lip liner stays on your lips. So nice. It does not budge. So let's add some. I should have sharpened it. So I like to use this as a liner and to kind of like a lipstick, right? Fill in the lips. It's so pretty. And the other ones by Makeup Forever, they're still good. They feel a little bit more drier and they don't last like this one. So like the wooden ones, that's why I recommend this one. I do have one. The Charlotte Tilbury one that I have is Lip Cheat, Reshape and Resize Lip Liner. And this is in the shade Iconic Nude. This is such a beautiful shade as well. It's not as creamy. It's right here. This is the Charlotte Tilbury and Makeup Forever. Now let's test them out and see. So Makeup Forever doesn't smudge. Charlotte Tilbury has a little bit of a smudge. Makeup Forever, no. Charlotte Tilbury, yes. So Charlotte Tilbury is still okay than a regular lip liner because it doesn't completely smudge, but this one really lasts so nice on your lips. Okay, so for the lip products, I'm not gonna fill in, should I? No, let's fill in the lips just a little bit. just to give it a little bit of color. Love this lip liner so much. The only lip products, like you guys know, I love my Dior products, my MAC in Teddy 2.0, that's another beautiful lipstick, Merit, but I've discovered this one by Refi. So I have one in the shade Blush, in the shade Oat. I do have a short on my channel so you guys can see the shades, how they look on the lips. They're pretty similar on the lips, but my favorite out of the two is Blush. Oat is a newer shade, which is more of a nude brown. I'll put them on my hand here. And they are very hydrating. They are very similar to the Dior Lip Glow oils, but I love the container better. So here is Blush and here is Oat. So you can see Blush is more pinky. This is more nude brown. Now let's use Blush. And see what I'm talking about? This packaging I love more than the Dior ones. So the formula seems very similar to the Dior ones. I just put a little bit because they are very hydrating. It brings this luxurious luminosity to your lips, very juicy looking. It's non-plumping, it doesn't hurt or anything. It just looks really beautiful, and the lip oil lasts quite a bit for it being just a lip oil. Or what are they called? Tinted lip gloss for being just a lip gloss. And I love that they have more tint than the Dior ones. So that's why I recommend this one. Definitely love this one by Refi. I had to buy two. We're done with lips. So this is kind of a final look on how everything turned out with today's products. I hope this was helpful. Happy Sephora shopping if you do go, and don't spend too much. You know, just buy whatever you feel like you need, and you don't have to. Just, I hope this was more of a fun video for you. Stay tuned for a haul from Sephora that I have planned on getting and saved up on getting. Okay, anyways, that's it from me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I cannot wait to see my next one. Love you guys. Bye.